go back to 2017, where I had a nervous breakdown, and I was in a room stuck, didn't know what to do. And I was talking to my mom, and she was trying to coach me back up and trying to get me to reach for God, but at that time it was kind of one of the hardest times to try to reach up there and find inspiration. It was a painful time, and my thoughts began to scatter everywhere, and I just couldn't pull myself up. Ever since I was a kid, God has been what was taught to me, not just through my mom. I've had many mentors and community leaders, different people who told me to just, depend on God. It was a lesson that had to be learned over time, and that's where I drew most of my inspiration to get to the place of strength and the place of power and the place of wisdom, guidance, love, and peace. It was just a dark place, a valley where it almost felt as though there was no God and there was no one to help me to get out of it. It seemed like the combination of many different things just going wrong. And at that time you feel worthless, you feel like there's no real value, there's no power in you anymore. And it also felt as though I was in a dark place by myself. And everyone and anyone who could use me as a pinata was doing it. The thing that made me smile in the midst of all of the stuff that I was going through was my kids, being able to see the joy in them, and being able to see peace in them, and not the weight of the world was not on their shoulders, and they were able to go to school and come home and have fun and go different places and just enjoy themselves. That right there helped me to keep holding on and to reach for the joy that they were having within. And because of them, I drew a lot of strength to keep going. The kids kept me focused on the light that dwells inside of them. And I believe that to be the light of God. And the light of God dwells in them. I had to find my way back to get my light back. Because in the midst of darkness begins to invade everything that you're doing, and you need to find your light. You need to get your positive vibes, as they say, back. You need to get back to the level of being strong and being mighty and being able to control situations better than what you have done in the past, and not control situations as to be a puppeteer, but more control situations in a way where you can shift an atmosphere just by the way you're feeling, by the way you're feeling love, you're feeling power, you're feeling peace. That shifts an entire atmosphere, and that makes you stand strong, and you're able to face a lot of the things that come during the day. To try to find my way back, it took a lot of crying out to God to allow God to shift me back into a place of power, because in that place all of my vulnerable characteristics were brought out, and they were slammed right into my face, and it only made me feel weaker. It made me feel depressed, and it made me feel like I just couldn't walk, and I'm unable to do a lot of different things. So it was a place where I needed to try to find my way back to where God would have me be. So I had to call out and cry out and, learn to deny myself in the midst of the darkness that was going on inside of me and the hurt that was going on inside of me. And no matter what people were saying, it just didn't resonate in my soul. Everything that they were saying would just bounce off the walls and go somewhere else. So to be able to draw that energy and that power back from God, that's what got me to the place of being able to smile again. And that's what I needed, to be able to smile again. All my life has changed significantly. I have a lot of control, and it never happened overnight. It took some time, even as early as this year, suffering from anxiety attacks. And I've never had anxiety attacks before 2 years ago. So trying to build myself back up to the place where power is just the main stance within my life. So it has changed a whole lot. My outlook on how this obstacle course of life comes has changed, and I've become much wiser, much more knowledgeable. Sometimes it's just, people feed off the energy that I might have, and vice versa, I feed off the energy that they have, and it takes me to a place where I can just live in power and love and peace and respect. When you're going through, there is always a remedy in God where you can find your power, where you can find your strength, where if no matter what church you go to, no matter if you don't go to church, you have to learn to find a way to have a connection with God, to be able to speak to God, to be able to draw your energy from what it is that God has in store for you, and let Him impart His Spirit into you and allow you to grow much stronger than what you are. You would have to deny self. As I said before, you would deny yourself that you might be able to draw closer to that power, because in our own narcissistic attitudes, we sometimes give up energy and give up power because we're thinking more of self rather than thinking of the total picture of community and people and love and family and all of the things that would make us smile, all of the things that would make us stand strong in the midst of everything that we go through. So you need to reach for the source of it all. The first source is going to be God. And if you reach out to God, you'll have that power that you need to continue on and to be able to grow and to be able to get stronger in the midst of it all.